Hello everybody and welcome back to Shadow Empire, where we are playing as the Salic Federation. Last couple episodes, it's been another week since my recording session, so I don't specifically remember what happened last episode. But we have now under our control two new cities. One of them being this southern city here, Brunmouth, Mouth, and then we also have all the way up here, Brightonhorn, I'm not sure, Brightonhorn. It doesn't matter. We've got these two cities under our control with their militaries. That'll help us. We've almost pacified the north completely. Once that's been achieved, then we can send all of our military forces on the border with Brunmark and begin our conflict with them. We are almost through fighting the mutant horde that was on our border down here, so hopefully we can finish them off soon. Maybe redivert, knock out the marauders and animals that are up north here. But yeah, that's what happened last time. I'm pretty sure we've done everything this turn that we can. I don't think we have a chance defeating these guys until the tanks get in position next turn. So we're just going to hold off on that. Yeah. As far as I know, I think we've done everything we can this turn. So, yeah. Just want to double check. Have we finished our power plant here? We have finished our power plant here. Cool. I want to make one in Torona, so we're going to construct a power plant. Along with that, because we're using a lot more oil, we're going to begin exploiting. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. Begin exploiting our oil deposits, because we have a lot of those. We're doing some upgrades here, demineralization to get our more metal, stuff like that. Okay. So yeah, I think that we're good. Let's go to the next turn and see what happens. Now, I always say I'm going to come with a collection of topics to these episodes, but I always forget somehow. But yeah, I haven't been on schedule this week when it comes to recording. I was supposed to record this yesterday, and I was supposed to record Panzer Corps last week, but I didn't get a chance to record Panzer Corps. There are a lot of reasons for that. One, this week has just been hell. It's the week of the big cold snap in the central U.S., or I guess just in the U.S. itself, and it got down to, oh God, what was it? I think it was like -9 Fahrenheit here, which I don't remember specifically. I know when I was really surprised by it in Celsius, it was with wind chill -26 Celsius, or at least it felt like it outside. Which is, yeah, that was a big one. And it was kind of compounded by, like, I don't live in Texas, so we haven't had any problems with power or anything like that. But we did have a problem where I guess it is kind of a power situation, our heaters. Now, I have an old, like, our house isn't too old, but it's kind of weird in a lot of places. There's a lot of switches that seemingly don't do anything, or like outlets that are connected to a wall switch randomly, stuff like that. Just random thing. All of our outlets are like old style 2-prong outlets instead of the 2-prong 1 ground plug outlet for the American standard. So it's kind of weird. So I'm not even sure. So, like, I'm not sure whether or not our outlets are grounded, and they just didn't have the wall plugs. Like, that's kind of what I mean with, like, it's a weird house. But another thing when it comes to our setup is apparently the heaters for the downstairs. When I mean downstairs, I mean the basement and the first floor, or the ground floor. For the international viewers, I forget what's normal for the international vernacular, but either way, those heaters are all on the same circuit on the breaker. So and it's not a normal one. This is like one of those big industrial like circuits. So I mean, it's not a wimpy one. It doesn't trip unless there's a big problem. But we didn't know that. So when we got home on, I think it was like Saturday, I don't know. It was sometime during the weekend. It was freezing in here, and we couldn't figure out why. The living room has this big baseboard heater, like electric heater that just goes across one wall near the floor, instead of being like a water radiator or anything like that. So, but it wasn't working, and that sucks because that's kind of the only thing that keeps the living room livable when it's cold. So we just thought maybe, okay, it's old, maybe it just went out. We'll have to get it replaced or do some things later. But then I figured out a couple of days later that the other baseboard heater, which is in our, like, it's a sunroom is what we call it. It's just like a little side room where we have our coat rack and kind of excess storage, and it's got the back door there. Like, yeah, we just call it the sunroom. That was also not working. That has a heater in there. We couldn't get that to work. And then I also figured out our two bathrooms, and the basement bathrooms kind of, it just has a shower in it and a sink, but the two bathrooms, they have little wall units that have a heating element and a fan, so it blows hot air out there. It looks like something out of the 40s, which is weird because this house was like not that old. It is not that old. So they must have had some spares or something, or it was a really retro look, but those weren't working. So then I figured out, okay, something's up. And we found out that, indeed, all of those are on the same circuit on the breaker. And it had tripped somehow. Me and my father went out during the weekend to pick up some IKEA stuff and to do some other things. It was like an hour's drive down and back, and it was just like an all-day trip. I was right when the storm was really starting to hit. So, yeah, it's been a week. It's just been a lot. It's very cold here, and like the humidity's super low, even with my humidifier on, and there's nothing I can really do about that. I mean, that's mostly just because it's so cold, and the air outside is so cold that when it's heated up in here, it's just so low. So even with my humidifier on, right now it's 16% humidity, whereas before I was getting like 30 or something. So it's, yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's not a lot. Hey, it killed 1,700 infantry that turn. Cool. Yeah, timer revolution. Yeah. Okay, bazooka's finished. Got man pads, cool. Propeller engine efficiency. Alright. RPG infantry army. Okay. Let's see. Incident with boldness. Valor and relation increase. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. He's such a low relation. We need it up. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. Now we got more to deal with here. Let's go with a heavy tank. I don't think we could build heavy tanks yet. Motorbike infantry, so bikers, give them an automatic rifle, and an enviro suit. Help the corporation. I'm good with that. And then upgrade you to a major. Sure. First Nation demands an oath of peace. Yes, bring out the priests. So that means we've got another border. No, that's Redhold. Is it over here? Did we just get a border with these guys? No, not those guys. Who did we gain a border with that we needed to oath peace with them? Nope. 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 I think it was these guys. Down here, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, what we're gonna do is just send these guys out, take some territory. We're sending out a large force to just see what's going on. And then garrison the border. Send a couple more regiments down south. Then, I think it'd be best to send the rest up north. That'll give us a decent force to garrison the border with Brunmark. Take over some of the duties from the 3rd Infantry. Okay. Let's head up north here. Alright. You... Let's do a ranged attack. 2 units. Might get something out of it. No area units close enough. Maybe we could divert the fighter bomber wing up here. Maybe get the range. Not enough yet. But if we put... good number of our boys... 9 to 1. It's a possibility. Most of them are militia, and we can replace the losses for our uniformed troops, so... let's see what they got. Maybe. There we go. The animals surrendered to us. Okay, so we got that. This is being cordoned. $12 to 1. Got a shot. There we go. So with that done, we can kind of clear this up, clear him up, and then I think we've got all of our northern beasties done except for these guys, which can be taken care of. Ooh. Okay, a couple of units there. Good to know. Alright. 25 to 1. Jesus Christ. That's immediate surrender by a whole lot of them. Okay. Now we get all these guys knocked out. Alright, they broke immediately. 12 to 1. Give it a shot. Ah, they held. They had one unit that hadn't retreated. Okay. That's not bad. So these guys will be destroyed next turn. These guys, the turn after that, we divert over here, knock these guys out, and we're gold. Let's construct a sealed road down here. Okay. Sealed road up north as well. Help out with the supply just a little bit. So you'll be ready next turn to provide supplies. Okay. Not sure who these guys are. Alright, I don't think there's a lot else for us to do this turn. Is that another energy production? It is. Okay. So we got 200 extra energy for not a lot extra work. Transport hub we're going to nationalize. Everything else I think is good there. Okay. Why do you have a dome farm? That makes no sense. You can open air farm on this world. Your power plant's being built. There's a general lack of metal for our people, but things are getting better. Let's trade. Sell. What do we have a shitload of? Rare metals. We can't even sell all the rare metals that we have, so that's totally fine. And then we're going to buy some metal. Okay. That'll help us out a bit. And that new oil production, that new oil derrick is being made. Okay, I don't really want to move you anywhere. Once these guys are dealt with, we can divert back up north, knock these guys out. We'll be doing all right. Okay, let's go to the next turn. I think we got enough time to at least go to the beginning or the top of the next turn. But yeah, as I was saying, just a lot of... It was very cold. It was just... wasn't great. Wasn't in the mood. And also last week I had just a little bit of a problem with my voice, so I couldn't record Panzer Corps. I needed to rest it a day, so I did some other things. And I feel a lot better. So that's good. As for other things to talk about. What do I want to talk about? Been seeing some videos and various things about a new game that's like not come out. I guess it's in early access right now, but it's very interesting. What is it called? Valheim? Looks really interesting. I kind of want to try it. The only problem is I don't have a lot of friends that are open to play. It's one of the downsides of getting older is you and your friends get less time to enjoy games together, so it's very it's very hard to play a game like that. Even though it looks really good. I saw, what was it? I don't know, it was like a 20-minute video of somebody just kind of like playing it. And yeah, I like it a lot. I like the look of it. The style's pretty good too. I like that it's not like realistic in art style. It's trying to go for one of those retro game looks. Really good. Check it out. It's on Steam. What else? Oh, in the same vein, and something I didn't even know was happening until I saw, again, another video from, not the same channel, but in the same like genre. There's this MMO that has been out for a while, a couple of years now, and it's surprising that that's the case, in like my mind, where it still feels like, you know, like 2014 or something in my head. There's this game, a Life is Feudal MMO, which is the MMO version of Life is Feudal Your Own. Which I have. I have the MMO version, but I never got to play it. Like a couple of friends thought we might give it a shot, but then I had a falling out with those friends, so I never got to play it. But I've always had it in the back of my head that, oh, that'd be cool to play. That's an interesting game. It's a very like realism-heavy RPG, medieval kind of sim, but the grind's real in it, and you kind of need people to play with. But apparently, it's shutting down. Its servers are shutting down. The devs have decided that they're gonna end it, at least the dedicated servers that they have, which is very not surprising. I checked out like the Steam charts of it, and it's like less than 100 at its peak, which for a game like that you definitely need a couple thousand people like for a single server, because it's very focused. Like if you're gonna play it, you got you want to know what you want to do, and so like, oh, I want to be like a really good blacksmith, and then you kind of focus on that because you have a limited number of skill points you can invest, and it takes a long time to get them, and so that's kind of the draw of it. Is like, oh, if you want to be a really good blacksmith, you can, and you will be a good blacksmith, and that's like not everybody can be, which is an interesting concept. I like the idea, but yeah, it's just a it's kind of sad to see things like that, games that you were interested in like going under, stuff that you don't really think about. But yeah, it's just a sad thing that I decided to bring up right now because I had nothing else to talk about. I have a very boring life, guys. I'm not an interesting person. So it's difficult to talk about things that are interesting for you guys to sit there and listen to, which it definitely shows in the analytics of this series. but not any more so than any of my other series. There's always a drop-off in viewership as time goes on, which, although I love long-form series where you have like 100 episodes and it's very story-driven and I'm role-playing as all that kind of stuff, it really does hurt the channel, because if I can only do 1 or 2 series at a time, and when you start getting to like episode like 60 or 70, you only have 10 people watching, can really suck. Not that I don't appreciate the views. I think any views are good, but yeah. So that's why I'm trying to do multiple series at a time. I'm hoping Panzer Corps, I'm going to get back into it. I think I have to replay the mission that I was playing previously, because I think I failed it and I need to replay it, and that's like another 5 or 6 episodes. So that's like another recording session I got to do of that. That is the downside of that game, and also definitely highlights the fact that I should really save more often. But yeah, I got, but I'm also planning on doing some other series here soon. There's some options for things, some less time-intensive series, which, yes, does mean that it's probably going to be like a shooter of some sort, because those games are pretty concise and are still satisfying in a story department. So that's probably something that you're going to see on the channel. Because I've got 2 like meta series that I started that I want to finish. The one replaying through the Battlefield games, and playing through the Metro games. Okay, discovered fuel deposits. Cool. It's not like we don't already have thousands of liters of fuel. Okay, bikers are done. Armor piercing optimization. Cool. Light armor assault core is done. Cool. Alright. Let's see our decisions. Incident with overambitious order. To announce the leader's actions. Policy speech. Her goal is we are at war with Brodenmark. That is the goal. That is a goal. We're going to do that as a policy speech. We just finished the biker upgrade, so let's light tank. So we got the Crusader 2, which is armed with a 40mm high velocity. 50mm, no, that's not going to work. Let's do medium tank. So what this was got an 88mm high velocity. Let's do a 105. Keep the 100mm. Keep the heavy diesel. So we're just kind of upping the gun of it. Mechanized or motorized assault infantry. Let's do the RPG infantry army. Leaguer trade column at the border. Long column traders, they offer trying to enter from the zone. Runmoth, they offer 600 credits if you let them in. They are fleeing a raider attack in the Riptubble Empire. This radio makes clear that we should not allow them. They're theirs to plunder, apparently. Send them back. I don't really care about that 600. Syndic Fervor is sweeping the Parliament of the Genetics Pack. They are trying to turn the Rex against us, and worse, they seem to be swaying the Rex of the Pact. However, the majority of our opponents in their Parliament is rather slim. A minor political influencing operation might send envoys to promote us. Got a shot. Success! So there we go. Is offering to improve relations. Sure. Syndic Party, Trade Faction. We'll continue to influence the Trade Faction. They seem to like us. Okay, well, now that we finished that, we're going to have to end the episode there because we're a little over time for this episode. So, Thank you for joining me for this episode. If you'd like to, please leave a comment down below, set the like button. If you want to help support the channel, click the subscribe button down below, as well as take a look at the description down below where I have links to my Discord and my Patreon page. I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye!